Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and I have these awesome molds that I got from Rosa. So I'm basically going to show you how I use them, what I use to put in them to make my molds. And I went ahead and bought this cloud clay. And it's a little bit sticky. When you pull it apart, it looks almost like, like bubblegum consistency, but it's super, super light. I mean, you could put this on a card and you wouldn't even notice it was there. Seriously, it's called cloud clay. It could be called air clay. Um, it says puffs of clay that dry in air, and that's totally true. It comes with all these colors, or you can buy just a package of one plain color, but I wanted some colors. You can also paint it, so when it's dry, you can pull them out and paint it. But all I do is just grab a piece of this stuff, and like I said, it's stringy and sticky. I've had this for a long time. As long as you keep the package, this top of the package closed tightly, it says, it's a press and seal, and then also put it in another Ziploc bag, which is what I do, and then press and seal, it will never dry out on you. So I pick a piece that's going to fit into the portion that I want to use, and right now I'm working on this leaf. And if you get too much, or if it strings around, it's fine, and it totally picks itself up. And then I just push it straight down into the mold so that it covers the whole thing. And then I push straight down to make sure that it fills all the way down to the bottom. If I have a little bit too much like this, let me see if I can zoom in just a bit for you. Okay, like this one I have just a tad bit too much, it's like overflowing. I just push down and drag and pull a little bit of it off and then push down again. That way I know that it's hitting the bottom and it's flat on this side, so that when it comes out and I want to adhere it to my card or my project, I've got a nice flat side to work with. This one I didn't do it to. You can kind of see how it's just a little bit, you can't see the very edges. So I might do it to that one too. Just pull a little bit off and then give it another push down to make sure they're flat. And that's just kind of the technique that I've been using. You can use other colors. I also did it with this bigger one. These are a little bit harder to push and pull on, but that's going to turn out looking like a fern. So I just wanted to quickly show you that there are different colors. You can get it in white. When it comes out, then you can paint it any color you want for your project. It comes in all these little bags full, so I was using the green today. And now all I'm going to do is fold that up. Okay? Make sure there's no air in there. Let me back out a bit. That's O'Malley. Shove it back into this container and then make sure that I push down and close the top of this really well. Put it back in my Ziploc bag. Push all the air out of that and then close that well too, so that none of that clay will dry out. You can also make your own molds by using this stuff. This is called Amazing. It's a two-part that you have to mix together. I believe it's half and half. I haven't done this one in a while, but it's super easy to use if you're looking for something to make your own molds with. And I'm talking about making this part, making the actual mold. And so I've made several of them. I've made some flowers. Let's see if I can get you. Yeah, that one's pretty detailed. And what I use to make those, I use these kind of things from Michael's. I find the ones that I really like maybe this little white flower on the side here. Let me set these down. And then you make the two-part mold, and then you push this into it and then pull it out before it dries and make your own mold. So you could even do that detailed flower, but you have to play around with it because some of them work well, some of them don't work as well. I don't remember if I've done one of those or not. This one works really well. It's not as deep. Let's see if we can get, yeah. It's like a button. Oh, buttons work really well. Here's another little rose that's not quite as deep. I mean, the deeper, excuse me, the deeper they go, oh, I can't get that one to clear up for you. The deeper they go, the harder it is for you to get the clay out. So the lighter ones are just a little bit easier to work with. This one's really cute. It's a heart with wings. So basically you can use anything you have laying around. Whoops, I have a little bit of green left. I'm going to use that up for something. Let's pick one of these guys. How about if I just do this? No, it's too small for the button. Let me just pick one. There's a couple that I've actually made with glue. And you can do that too. I just used a glue gun. Kind of hard to see, but you can paint those. Oh, there's so many videos out there that show you how to do that. If you want me to show you how to do one, I certainly can. I'm going to use this little one right here, and I'm just going to use up the rest of this green, because like I said, I can show you that we can paint that later on. There's way too much here for this one, but I'm not going to worry about the overflow. I'm just going to tap it all in there. Okay, so that I know that I got it into the bottom of it. And then I'll leave this one. So there'll be another video where I'll show you, let's clear this up. There we go. I'll show you the release of these 3 molds. And if you want to see this kind of putty or you want to see something else, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to that video. Hey crafters, so here are the ones that were released from the ones that I did in the previous video. And I'm going to see if maybe we can't get a little bit closer here. Okay, so you can tell that these come out with pretty great detail. Maybe I can get even better, yeah. Okay, the more clay you squish in there, the more it fills in these little leaves, and then you have to cut in between them. So one of them I cut and then I refilled it, and one of them I did not have to cut. This one I cut, you can totally tell. All right, and then there are some of these that were released. And then that one extra one that I had, I believe was this one. Oops. There it is. And I know I said that I would let you watch me release those, but I had gotten down to these. So I think what I'm going to do is just, let's back off just a tad. I refilled a couple of different ones. So here are the ones that we used originally, were these 2. And I refilled with the butterfly one. So let's see how well these come out. That is really cool. Those are gonna look so cool painted up. They're relatively thin, almost like a foam dot, so you could put those on cards. That is so pretty. And then there's a little one. Let's get that little guy out. You notice how I just kind of bend a little bit and let the clay work itself out instead of pulling? Because every once in a while it's not quite dry on the top, but you can't tell. That turned out really, really nice. Lots of detail. So I'm going to probably do that one a little bit more often. This one, I think were buttons. They look like buttons. Let's release that one. Oh my gosh, these are, I got a little liney here and there. Look at those. I can't figure out how to get to that point where it really clears up for you. Those are amazing. I will probably be doing more of those as well. This one I pulled out ahead of time because I wasn't sure if they would turn out. It is a tiny little rose. Maybe my light is too bright on that side for you to see quite. Let's see it, turn it this way. It's so little. Anyway, these turned out really cool. I wish you could see it a little bit better. Let me just pull these out. These are this one is like super deep. I wasn't even sure it was going to dry. Look how deep the holes are in this one. Look at that. They're like super deep, super detailed. Let me put the roses back on there. Maybe they'll show up better. It tends to really like color. Yeah. Look at the detail on those roses. That is amazing. That just totally amazes me that those turned out so well. Let's try this one more time. Oh, there we go. Look at that clarity. Those are so cute. So these can all be painted. So the last video I said that if you wanted to see any other molds or me painting them or whatever, you can leave a comment below. And I really enjoyed this. These turned out so great. I could probably do even more on them, but for right now, leave a comment below if you want to see them, and I'll see if I can get to that video like I said, and I'll see you next time.